We're live. Wow. Welcome. Let me get my timer going. We're going to go for 20 minutes. Welcome to the first Highwater Live, where we're going to talk about how you can make a movie with our family. I'm going to talk for 20 minutes every Monday at 4 p.m., and we are going to get to know each other. A little bit about me. My name is Seth Himes. I'm a filmmaker. I just had my birthday. I turned 48 this weekend. And wow, I'm a blessed man. I have four daughters. I've been married since, wow, we're on our 28th year. We just did our 30th Valentine. So I married my college sweetheart, April, and I've had a deep call in my life to make Christian films since I was young. I have that classic filmmaker story where I used my dad's 8 millimeter and made movies. Um, and I've been trying to be obedient to answer this call my whole life to use my filmmaking gifts for the glory of God. So here we are. I'm on my second feature film that I'm working on called So You Want to Marry My Daughter. Our first film was The Deliverance of Amy Stronghold. And the Lord really has us live our movie before we get to make it. That's what filmmaking is in our family. It's a reflection of life. And Amy Stronghold was, if not a 15, at least a 10-year journey of doing homeless ministry and street ministry and jail ministry and meeting the amazing Denise Reed and being just thrown into deliverance ministry. And how do we address that topic without glorifying the demonic? Because a lot of those ministries like to make horror films, and Amy Stronghold is not a horror film at all. It is about biblical deliverance. And so there's nothing else like it. You just need to watch it. It's available everywhere. We have a great distributor, Vision Video and PureFlix. So just search for it. You can watch it for free with ads, or it's on DVD. So it's a great story. And I just want to use this platform as just an opportunity for you to get to know our family. What we're doing at Highwater is I'm trying to do the last fundraiser of my life. Fundraising for films always takes so much, and I've learned so much over the years. And really, my heart is just to keep these filmmakers working, this cast and crew, just keep them working continually. And I'm 48 now, and it's my job to do the adulting and keep everyone paid, because all these people would work for free if they had the time. But a lot of us have to live in this world, and that takes money. And so in order to keep these filmmakers, cast and crew working, then we're creating this fund called the Highwater Christian Film Fund, which is a lot of people giving their best gift monthly. Our goal for So You Want to Marry My Daughter is 100 people. So with 100 people giving monthly, we're in production. We're just looking for some cash flow, some people who want to make movies with us. The way this began was, let's see, how far back do I want to go? A brief overview of my filmmaking career is I went to George Fox, studied film, got right into making independent films, made a really bad one, a really boring one, but just thrown into it. I did the film festival circuit, met a lot of people in the Christian film industry. That film is called Redeeming Daniel, and it was a great eye-opener to what's going on in the industry. That was in the early 2000s. Got involved with Luis Palau and did some traveling in ministry, media ministry, and then got pulled into a church and did media ministry for a church in Olympia, and did that for 5 years, and then just had this deep calling to get into Christian filmmaking. And I was invited by the Downs brothers to work on their film, like Dandelion Dust. Um, so the Downs brothers, I can only imagine too, Kevin Downs as a producer. So um, that's where I met Kevin and Bobby, and Chad was a producer on that film, and he produces The Chosen. So had the opportunity to serve other filmmakers for 10 years. Became the behind the scenes guy. Was able to just, that was a way to get on the set and get to know everybody. Did behind the scenes for half dozen films, and then learned to get in the game, since you can't just like go to the Christian film ministry. There's not like a place where you could go. Tried to move to Burbank a few times. I could tell you stories about that. Um, but learned if you want to make a feature, you got to raise the money yourself. And so I learned about creating a business plan and putting a team together. And man, long story short, the last 10 years, we've been traveling from film to film, just learning how to make movies and learning how to serve others in filmmaking. And now we're called to put some roots down. We landed in Oregon, back where I grew up, after traveling to Indiana, to Shreveport, to Dallas, Texas, to Washington. Now we're in Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and we're called to put down roots for a Christian film studio. And so we're looking for people who want to do that with us. I equate it to building a neighborhood church. And so just with 100 people giving on a regular basis, we can reach 1 million people. I still get royalty checks from Amy Stronghold, and I did the math, and based on 12,000 in royalties for a year, with the minutes watched, because you get paid per seconds watched, actually, that's like 800,000 to 1 million views of our little movie that was made for with 50 people. And so we made this movie with a ministry, and it was donations. And what I learned is that we can meet the technical requirements to get a movie on the marketplace, the technical and story requirements. And then we're seeing lives change. We're hearing the testimonies. Just going on YouTube and reading the comments, 90% of them are, "This movie changed my life," and the testimonies. And that was made with a volunteer cast and crew. I had a professional audio guy. I had a professional guy doing visual effects and color, and someone who helped me with my camera. And but I got to operate the camera, do the editing, directing, the writing, sound design. Learned a lot about filmmaking. Just I was just concerned we couldn't meet the technical requirements. But when I talked to the guys at PureFlix, the first thing they said was, the quality is there. You got the quality's there, and the story is amazing. And that just like opened my eyes to how accessible filmmaking has become. I remember 20 years ago, an HD camera was $100,000, and now a Blackmagic 4K camera is $6,000. And so it's really accessible. And with YouTube, the roads have been laid where you can reach the whole world through YouTube. And yes, you're competing with a lot of noise, but the roads are built, and God and his timing will multiply our efforts. And so back to So You Want to Marry My Daughter, which is our next film. I actually have a 20-year, 100-film roadmap to keep everyone working until Jesus returns. But we're going to focus on one film, our next film, So You Want to Marry My Daughter. And even though we're a few years into the development of this project, we're right on time. My eldest daughter was just married in December, just 2 months ago. And so I needed that life experience to be able to be true to this story. I actually wrote the first draft of So You Want to Marry My Daughter in honor of my father in law who suddenly passed away. And I wanted to get our conversations on paper, everything I learned from him. I was the son trying to marry the daughter, and I was writing from that perspective. And so I wrote that. I tell everyone this is in honor of my father in law, a love letter to my daughters, and a warning to future sons in law. And so I wrote the film, and I actually wrote it for Robert Amaya. I hadn't met him yet, but um, I wanted an actor who has been in theatrical release films, and we kept crossing paths as far as films. We worked with the same people, but we haven't worked with each other yet. And so I reached out to him through his agent, and they read the script and they loved it. And they came out to do our first look. And so I know I can move forward with production when God opens the doors for funding. So, a quick story for Deliverance of Amy Stronghold. It took us almost a year to find Sheena. We cast it two other times, and so that was the delay. Like we got our gear, uh, we cast uh, the whole movie except for our lead. We actually shot a first look of Amy Stronghold, and on that day, my lead, my current lead, she decided to go join the police academy, and so we lost our lead. But Sheena was there playing one of the jail gangster leads, and she actually popped off camera. I remember putting my 50 millimeter lens on to get Sheena's close up, and whoa, she just stuck to film. You can just, when you get that close, as you see, I'm not sticking to film, but the good actors stick to film. Anything they do, you just want to watch them. And so Sheena has that quality. And so we offered Sheena the role. We had the script. We were ready. And then I'm like, I just need us a little cash flow to turn this schedule on. And we were driving back from um, a family reunion through Nevada in the middle of nowhere. And I remember we stopped for lunch and Jackpot, Nevada, where we got a call saying, someone just donated $5,000 towards the movie fund. And we're like, woohoo. So we're like, well, let's start moving forward. And it was about, 50 people, a 50 people church funded Amy Stronghold, and about three people took turns funding the whole thing. They dropped between 5 and 10,000 for the next year or so. So that's how Amy Stronghold got made. We just, as soon as we got that first 5, we just started scheduling and planning, and we keep moving forward, and it would get close sometimes, and then more would come in. And as we moved forward, the funding followed. And so when we had to move to Oregon because of, I call it the time we don't speak of, it's 2021 when the world was going crazy. We moved to Oregon to help family out, and we've been trying to find our tribe here in Oregon. And we did a friends and family campaign, and we got 20% there of our Highwater 100. And now we're in this casting vision to find the rest of our filmmaking family. And so I feel like, that scene in I Am Legend where he's like got the ham radios, like, is anybody else out there? Over. And it's just that's kind of what I feel like is happening. Is I'm uh, broadcasting this vision to make Christian films. And as you can see, I love working with actors because I don't want to be the one in front of the camera. But no one else is going to do it but me. And so I've learned to just move forward in faith, and the Lord sees that and brings the people to help us make our film. So to wrap up, we're making a movie called So You Want to Marry My Daughter. It's a fictional tale, and it's about one dad versus one boy, and he begins the movie not wanting to release his daughter, and by the end of the movie, he lets her go. And we're gonna do it uh, with a lot of heart. There'll be plenty of heart, a lot of comedy, some stunts. It's gonna be a movie the whole family can watch. Um, I'm really I wrote the since the wedding, I use Save the Cat Strikes Back. I don't consider myself a writer because I don't do it every day. But as a filmmaker, I've learned how to write because if I don't write the first draft, I can't communicate to the rest of the team what we're doing. And if I just give the concept to a writer, they usually tell a different story. That's the story I want to tell. So I will write the first draft and then I will partner with a professional screenwriter and they'll take it home. But I have a um, new structure for the film. I got my note cards, I got my beats, and I'm going to continue to write that out until we have a new film. That's something I can do before the funding arrives. Um, but what we're doing is we're just casting vision. We brought on Aaron Fullen as a spokesperson, and he's been casting vision to the masses. We have Rochelle Gordon, our director of development. She's meeting with different churches. I'm moving forward with the writing. We've done our due diligence with the business plan and all the legal aspects. We have our leads cast, Robert Amaya and Rafael Ruggiero. And really, we're just looking for 100 people giving their best monthly gift. So at highwater.app is where you can learn all about it. We are a profit sharing studio, and you have two choices. You can give monthly, just making a contribution to our LLC. But if you want a tax write off and if you want to profit share, then it takes three other steps. So if you give $10, you say, Seth, I'm in for $10 a month. You'll get an email and it will give you instructions, and you'll reply back saying, I want to be an investor. I'll send you the business plan and the private placement memorandum. The business plan is all the reasons to invest. The private placement memorandum is all the reasons not to invest. It's a high risk investment. And then you sign the subscription agreement for shares at $10 a month or wherever your commitment is, and then you submit a W-9 so we can do the tax recording. And then every year you'll get a K-1, which as long as the company's in loss, that's your tax deduction. And then, praise the Lord, once the company's in profit, then you get to share in the profits. Our investors get the first 120% back of their investment. And so whether that takes one film or 3 films or 10 films, your investment is growing. And so my goal is to fundraise once and grow our community. And this is the hardest part of fundraising is when we're in my living room. As soon as cameras start rolling, as soon as we're on the set, it's going to attract a whole different group of people. So we're looking for the people who have the faith and the calling to come on right away. Watch our first look, watch our behind the scenes. My number is on the website at highwater.app. Reach out to me every Monday. I'm going to be going live, just talking about the film, talking about the community. I just dream about making movies with friends, and I need to make more friends, apparently. And so I'm reaching out to you. If you have this call, whether you're cast, crew, or just a fan, or just would like to be a part of building this studio, a lot of the Christian studios, they're run by marketing companies, or they're big Um, this is this is a filmmaking family. I mean, we're creating a fund uh, built by Christian filmmakers for Christian filmmakers. Eventually, we're going to have 15 other filmmakers making movies with us. Um, and we have this policy where, as the money comes in, 80% of the funds that come in go straight to production, and only 20% stays with Highwater to manage the fund. And so most nonprofits and companies is flipped. 80% just goes to the execs paying bills, paying for big buildings, and 20% goes to production. We've flipped that, where when you give, it goes to the screen. And so we are so light, lean, and mean, and called to make films for the glory of God. So I hope you're able to follow this first chat. It's been 20 minutes, and I'm going to sign off. Please reach out to me. Feel free to call or text me or respond, and spread the word. We need 100 people. That's not that many people. I don't have any aspirations to be a YouTuber. They're calling like, we need 1 million subscribers. We need 100. And then we're gonna start filming. And when we're filming, the 100 are going to be invited to set. They're going to be on private conference calls. It's just going to be a great community where you're going to be a part of making the movie. And we've done reels, we've done newsletters, and now we're just taking it up a notch to going live on YouTube. And so every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be going live, and we'll build our chat up, and I'll try to answer questions. And we're going to do this until the premiere of So You Want to Marry My Daughter. It's going to happen. The only way this doesn't happen is if I give up. And anyone who knows me knows that I don't give up. I'm all in. So appreciate you listening. I hope this encourages you if you're a filmmaker. Hopefully this will give you some good information for you to move forward. I'm happy to answer any questions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.